Mhm. Mhm. Memories like the corners of my mind, misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Hi, Princess. Scattered pictures of a smile, the time we left behind was too painful to remember. We simply choose to forget. Hey, serious business, Miss Geach. So with all the laughter, people, I'm sorry, I'm just coming on kind of late today. Something's going to change here because it is now 7:30 here and it's dark, right? So usually I depend on daylight to make my videos. So if I don't get off my ass and sit down before the sun goes down, then I'm stuck with this ring light kind of deal. But it looks okay, I guess. Anyway, I was sitting here. So today is the anniversary, the 19th anniversary of the horrible things that went on 9/11, when America was attacked by Osama bin Laden and his group. Right? So just thinking, I'm still trying to remember what can I remember the moment that I saw those towers, the crashing of those towers, right? So for me, and I want you guys to chime in, tell me what if you can remember what you were doing. I can remember when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and I was 10 years old. So some things that leave such an impression on your mind that you'll never forget what you were doing in that moment. So for me, I was in this place called Walden House in San Francisco. Walden House was a drug program. I was over here off of Haight Street, and I remember coming down the back steps, and people said everybody in the main room, everybody in the main room. So they were gathering everybody into the main room, right? Where they had a big television screen set up, and they wanted us all to be together when we saw this 9/11, because by the time they gathered us all together, the second plane had not hit yet. So we actually saw, of course, you saw it in rerun or whatever. So I don't know if it was actually happening then, or we just saw it repeated all day that day. But they called everybody from the program because they were concerned. These people were just days from in sobriety. They were only clean a couple of days, so they didn't want to make sure nobody got triggered. But of course, it was a horrible thing. It was very scary. But we all sat in that big room at Walden House, and we watched that thing together. They held us there for a few hours to make sure everybody was okay. Those who needed to speak would speak about how it was for them, because some people were very sensitive to that. Some people were from New York. But that's what I was doing 9/11. That was the time before my last relapse on drugs. It was a great big old house. It used to be a monastery for nuns, where they train nuns at. It's still there, still doing good work. I'll never forget that moment, though. I had no idea that America was even hated overseas. Anyway, what were you guys doing? Hello, people. How you guys doing? How was your evening? I was at work at CETA doing an intake. CETA, that's your job, serious business. I don't know what CETA is. Is it Cedars-Sinai? Oh, that's Cedars-Sinai. Okay. I was at work. So it happened in the middle of the day. So I guess most people were at work. Nazi, I was living in Oakland and watched the second plane hit as it was getting ready to go. I was getting ready to go to work at SF. I was working for the city, and eventually they sent all city employees home early. Right, so you're right here near me then, Nazi. Hi, Uncle Tim. I purchased your book, Meth Monster. I love it. I am in recovery. Oh, okay. I'm in recovery and a believer. That blesses me. Thank you, Keisha. I think they're in some of the drug programs. They're definitely in Walden House. I saw them there when I went there to speak one time. That's right, baby. Don't give up. We all got a different path. And don't let people convince you that there's only one path. And if you don't take that path and you're a dry drunk, you're waiting to get high. That's rhetoric from whatever program it is. But if that works for you, though, or if therapy works for you, or just like you figure out what does not work for you, what you don't like, figure out what you do like and what will work for you. Right? I was in the 8th grade, young people. And I remember our teacher running out of the room to grab a TV on a cart. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if we were seeing the actual moment, but we were seeing the actual moment taped. So it ran for, weeks. Mm-hmm. Hey, Jade. Hi, Mr. Tim. To be in 8th grade, to be young, gifted and black. Hey, you got your soul intact. That's a fact. You are young. Lord, what I wouldn't give to be young. But it ain't going to happen, buddy. You had your chance. I was at work in Atlanta. Okay. So like most people were at work. Y'all good people. I was in Santa Cruz, California, and was at work. So this must have happened definitely during the day then, if everybody's at work. But there's a time difference too, though. And then they hit the Pentagon. Remember that? Was that just before or at the same time? What a horrible time that was in 2001. To be people to be so callous. How many people were killed? Do you guys remember? Hold on a second. How many people were killed on 9/11?
I pulled up the latest for how many people were killed on September 11th. From AS.com, 9/11 Anniversary Memorial. How many people died in World Trade Center attacks in New York?
What's the number? Oh, you got to read it. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were just going to give me the number. Now I have this girl, Cortana, and I have the other one, Lexa, on my Kindle. All I wanted. Number of people killed on 9/11.
I'm sorry, but I can't help with that yet.
Okay. I don't remember if the number was 6,000 or 9,000. I keep expecting these girls here. Wait a minute. Let me see if I'm still online. Yeah, I'm still here. You guys didn't remember? Do you know how many people were killed in the World Trade Center? It was either a 3 number or a 6 number, as I recall. I was in my 9th grade English class when it happened with Whitney Hutton. 9th grade. Lord, you guys are young. I don't know why I assume everybody was old like me. Okay, that's a great time. You in your prime of your life then, Willie Hutton. Your head up in this bless. You see, everybody's parents came to school to get their kids except mine. What? Her ass was at home sleep. Lincoln, aren't you from Canada? Lincoln Jude? I thought you were from Canada. Over 2,000 people were killed. Okay. 2009. Okay, that's 3. That's the 3 number then. 2,977 people died. That was horrible. To think that people who are religious will want to murder that many people. It's incredible. It happened around 9 a.m. On the East Coast. So it'd have been 3 hours later here. So it'd still be the middle of the day. I was sitting in algebra class. All you guys were in school. Jesus, y'all are making me jealous. So y'all in y'all late 20s and 30s. Hi, Mr. Sudi. College algebra. I was living in New York. Oh, that must have been scary. Yeah, and when that second plane hit, that's when you really got scared. You said, "Wait a minute, what's the end of this thing? It's not no accident." Because the very first moment you thought maybe a plane had just crashed into the towers. It was an accident. But then when you saw that second one hit, you knew what time it was. Then, of course, it was all over the news for the next month or so. I was 15 when it happened. So 19 plus 15. What's that? You 29, 28? Oh, my God. Yeah, a lot of people had problems way after that. Didn't they end up with cancer, lung cancer and so forth? Yeah, we're facing something just as serious now. I mean, this corona thing. But that was that was a huge event at the time. Don't get it twisted, people. We're dealing with damn near 200,000 now here. 200,000. I was 7 months pregnant with my son on maternity leave. Okay, you got a story for your baby when they're of age. 21, I was Keisha. I was 21 years young, deep in my addiction. Don't you resent all that time we missed though? Because you think that I got a past, I had a colorful past. But who remembers all this shit? You don't remember that stuff. It's just I lost Keisha. 21. You were young though, deep in my addiction, and now I am 2.5 years. So praise God. Bless you, Keisha. Yes, maintain your sobriety and your youth, honey. That's the worst thing about drugs. It steals your youth. You wake up and you're 50 years old, wondering what the hell happened. So it's a good thing you got out, and still as a young person, you are a blessed woman. Congratulations, 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest. I kept saying to myself, 9/11, 9/11, this is a special day. Took quite a while for me to get it. I am getting old. but oh my God, we should all take a moment of silence. I felt so bad. Right. You know, when something like that happens, you wonder, trying to take it in. Is this really happening? Same thing with Corona. To me, you got to keep reminding yourself, this is really, really reality. There's 200,000 people dead and dying. My sister was getting married on that day. She'll never forget it. Mm-hmm. That first year was the worst one, Keisha. You right? Just maintain now. Do whatever you have to do to maintain. Keep doing it. You got your whole young life. I got clean. I was 47 years old, 42, something like that. There's gonna be no classes for me, honey. But I'm just grateful. We made it through. Somehow we made it. And God rained on too and made it through. I'm still trying to remember that song. Barry Manilow. They used to sing that at some AA chip celebrations. Oh, well, it'll come to me. Something about making it. I made it through the rain and found myself respected by the others who God rained on to and made it through. That's a recovery song if ever I heard one. Oh, they will, Mr. Sudi, for the COVID deaths. I'm sure there's going to be many monuments built. We still in it. We are still in it. Way in it. Oh yeah, that's a part of history, a big part of American history. We never went through anything like this. I guess they had plagues and things back in the day, but long before any of us were alive. Bevel Barber, I lost my 29-year-old son in March due to addiction. Kudos for you for overcoming. It's a serious thing, baby. I'm sorry you lost your son. Yeah. It breaks my heart just walking around San Francisco to see some of these people out there on the street. You look in their face and you say, oh my God, that's a child. These people, they're just teenagers and they're just young people in their 20s. People who went to the club and then discovered some drug and ended up taking their life. It's incredible. So I'm sorry you lost your son, honey. Hope you have other children. We'll make it through COVID. It seems like they're just on the cusp of one of these vaccines. But of course, they got to go through the process to find out that it's safe and it is effective. Because we don't want to take a shot from something and thinking we're covered and being out there still talking to people, still functioning in the world, and the damn thing ain't working. So I'd rather be certain that it's actually working before I put something like that in my body. Only because I don't want to be walking around with the false belief that I am safe or I'm covered. Uncle Tim, have you visited the 9/11 Museum in New York City? Nope, I haven't been there. I haven't been there since 1980. I think I was there 83 for just about a month. Me and my partner tried to attempt to move there, but we only ended up making it a month. So no, I haven't seen it. I would like to go back to New York. I think it's a fantastic city. Only thing about New York is don't come broke. You're going to need that coin. Okay. Well, there's no reason, nothing to stop you from doing that, Mr. Sudi. Think of the people who made the AIDS quilts and things. Those things are still around. Now they're part of our LGBT history. Mr. Sudi says, my idea was doing a memorial and every month do a counting how many died with COVID and add on to the memorial. Could be a great personal project. I was just in my apartment building. You know, they did this major renovation, and I saw all this artwork appear today out in the hallways and things. And then one of my neighbors tell me, "Oh, you like my artwork?" And it's actually one of the artists is somebody who lives in the building, and they've commissioned all of these artworks for our building. I thought it was so cute, but that was his personal project. I said, "You mean you painted that?" Because everything else has been kind of corporate kind of stuff, you know. I remember after the cleanup, people didn't want anything built in that spot. Yep, they had to fight to build something there. So now it's just one tower, right? I guess those towers represented something to those terrorists because they came after them more than once. It's just horrible. It's horrible people that have that kind of hatred, particularly religious people. I mean, how can you put the name of God on something like that? But most of the wars, I mean, is always a religious element to it, right? Hi, Deborah Mitchell. Haven't seen you in a while, Deborah Mitchell. Welcome back. Thanks for helping out. What else were you other guys doing? You remember? Seems like most people are at work. It happened in the middle of the day, in the morning. It's got to be so horrible for the people that actually live in New York City, though, because the people who live, it's not only the executives that live in those buildings, but all the secretaries, all those people. So they got a very, I'm sure this town is very sensitive about this particular day. It's got to bring back a lot of real hardship and pain. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like we're being attacked by terrorists anymore, right? It seems like around the world, everything is focused on coronavirus, but I haven't heard a lot of reports about a lot of terrorist attacks. So I don't know if you can totally kill hate, but we certainly seem to be in reprieve. He is 19 years old now. And who's that dropped somebody had a child? I heard oh my God. I heard screams and ran outside my house and could see the towers falling, the smoke. Remember how dark it was there? All that smoke and soot. Uh-huh. I lived in Queens, but could see across the water. And the thing is, when you saw that, you say, how will it even be possible for us not to end up in some kind of war? You can't just accept that and move on. So think of all the people who died in the wars that followed 9/11. All the people who died chasing down bin Laden. Oh, that's maybe where I'm getting the 6 number from. Perhaps it was half the people that were actually in the towers or in the Pentagon. And then it was also all the people who lost their life fighting for that reason. I don't know that we had much choice but to go to war. Mm-hmm. I'm getting jealous you guys were so damn young. Shit, you were 15 years old, Egan? That was only 19 years ago. So you're 29? Lord, would I love to be 29 again. If I was only a child again. No one ever been so nice to me since then. People of the world. Y'all don't know about Curtis Mayfield. Only a child. How is our air quality? It was not dark today like it was yesterday, right? But it was cloudy. You can't see but so far. It was cloudy all day. It still is, right? So there was a significant change since yesterday. These fires here are a tragedy too. I mean, we have 25 fires burning at the same time, and then all the states that connect to California, they're all on fire too. And California goes through this every year. I don't know. I guess the fires don't hit the same places all the time, because you'd be wondering, why do people keep building houses in these places, in these fire next to these big forests and so forth, or on these beaches where you know that they could fall into the ocean. But they continue to build. I mean, California goes on some kind of way, but they're taking a major loss this year. I would only hope that all those people have insurance and they'll be made whole. But not everybody has like a lot of home insurance. Like people who are in their 80s and 90s, they're not thinking about that kind of. They're not thinking that way. This is their home. They've always been there. So hopefully people are up on their insurance. There's help from them from the state, and they can rebuild. I imagine rebuilding, it will probably be safer than it was before, because they would be rebuilding in a place that didn't have all this forage, all these trees and all this. I mean, it takes, some of them trees are 100 years old. So when you have that stuff all cleared out, I'd imagine then, although I think it would affect all of your power lines and your roads and whatever. It's amazing. I never lived in Central California, but it seems to be getting worse every year. That's why I guess climate change should be something we should be discussing as well. Trump says that's a hoax as well, though. So it seems to me that it's getting hotter every year. So air quality, even when it was dark outside, though, Helly, Kip, the air didn't seem that bad. Now my nose hurt. I had nerve. It's okay now. The tip of my nose. So I kept my window open at night. So maybe the air was affecting my breathing, but it didn't feel like you're breathing in soot or anything. And I can't smell anything. Sometimes they have fires here and you can smell the fire miles and miles away, but that hasn't been the truth. Some cities are lit up. People that are very close to the fire, they have orange skies. We just had gray here for the last few days. What else is going on? Sean Bruzart. I was at physical therapy and horrified. My best friend worked in the Pentagon. Oh my goodness, Pentagon, but thank God wasn't at work. Got blessed. My kids' school called me to pick them up. Yeah, so you were up right there near it. Yeah, we're right in the trouble of time right now, Deborah Mitchell. I mean, we're talking about 9/11, and so it's around 3,000 people there, plus the people that had to fight the war. We're at 200,000. And my grandmama was alive. She'd be telling me right now, baby, these the last and evil days. Fall down on your knees, repent. The kingdom of God is here. That's the way to think, you know. Mm-hmm. Surprised Trump ain't jumped out there trying to take credit for the damn 9/11. It wouldn't surprise me. He'll find an angle, honey. Lincoln Jude, I was scared that I was going to be drafted into the war. So I came out. So I came out the closet. Mommy, I'm gay. Oh, that was going to save you. Mommy, yeah, get your gay ass in the war. I don't think that works anymore, Lincoln Jude, because they don't have don't ask, don't tell no more. You can enlist gay. I got refused because when I first came out at 19, I drove back to Indiana. My mother was making it so hard on me that I wanted to go and join the damn army, just to get away from her, to get out of Indiana. Really, this is after like my second time back there, and they wouldn't take me because of some shit on my I have varicose veins. When I was not even teenager, I was a kid, maybe 12 years old. Me and 3 of my friends, we lived near this lumber yard, right? And the lumber yard had all these sodas. They had like a soda pop machine and a snack machine there, but they had the stuff all stacked beside the machine, right? Sodas, and I think they had some kind of sandwiches, candy bar, or some shit. Anyway, so we went and broke into the lumber yard, right? And what we didn't realize, we had tripped a silent alarm when we went into the lumber yard. So certainly we could hear people coming after us. So we went to jump over the fence, and I jumped over this fence. The fence had barbed wire around it. I jumped over this fence. I'm 12 years old and landed on my tibia and fibula, I think they're called. In other words, the leg was broke, like the whole thing was broke over. All the bones in my leg was broke. And so I still have varicose veins in one leg because of that incident. Can't call it the accident. Fortunately, they didn't send us to jail then because of our age, obviously, and because I was hurt so bad. How the hell did I get on that? I don't remember. That's why I didn't get taken into the service, which is fine. I'm not nearly down with killing people and so forth. I probably wouldn't have made it in there anyway. I don't know. Maybe they would have made more of a man out of me. I'm glad you visit note. I remember clean up. But y'all done stop talking. What's going on? Hi, viewers of you. I got to come over there and visit you soon. I haven't been over to visit you in a while. What were you doing, viewers of you? Do you remember 9/11? How you heard about it? How you found out what was going on? What kind of dog is that? Scott Street said, what is that beast behind you? Where's he at? Squeenie, come here, boy. They want to meet you. Get your bum over here, boy. Get your bum over here. Oh, Daddy, what you doing to me, Daddy? What are you doing to me? Who asked for the dog? What kind of dog is that, Scott says? Scott Streets. This is called a Lhasa Apso. Look up in there, baby. Look at there. Say hello to Scott. Ooh, you poop? You didn't poop, did you? Okay. Stay here, boy. Look up there and say hi to views of you too. He's called a Lhasa Apso. So this dog, he looks like a Shih Tzu. Y'all seen a Shih Tzu? Well, both of them, if you let the hair grow, it's that dog that grows the hair down like Cousin It. It drags on the ground and all that. But I keep it short because it's got to be groomed a lot. He's a Lhasa Apso. He looks a lot like a Shih Tzu. They're from Tibet. Their job was to guard the monasteries from intruders. So this dog, this particular breed, they were called guard dogs, right? They will not react to people that they know. My neighbors here in the building, they know who they are. They will not, they can pat them, right? But they will react aggressively to any stranger. So the people in the monasteries and the castles, it would know if a stranger was in the building on the premises. And this dog's job was to alert the lions. Alert the lions. There are strangers in the monastery or the castle. That's a true story. I don't know if they bred them for that or if that's just a characteristic of this particular breed. Okay, I hope I answered you there, Scott Streets. Yes, okay. A view of you. Yes, I was in Minneapolis and I was at work at Pillsbury. Oh, in the accounting department. We had it on the conference rooms. We had it on in the conference rooms. I cried all day. The phone systems were, DC were down. The phone systems in DC were down. I was calling, oh, your family's in DC? Oh, that's right. They hit DC too, didn't they? See, we learned a little bit more about you, viewers of you. I know you were in accounting. I didn't know you lived in Minneapolis. In Pillsbury, that's a big company. God is awesome. Thank you. Yes, God is. A song came to me today. Y'all asked me about it months ago. Distant love, love her, you love her. Ooh, ooh, how can you treat my heart so mean and cruel? Didn't you know, sugar, that every moment that I spend with you, I treasure them. Life's an old, long, lost, lonely road. Ooh, distant lover, you love her. Ooh, ooh. Marvin Gaye, Distant Lover. Mm-hmm. I almost remember that one by the Commodores that I like so much too. I forgot it again already, of course. Mm-hmm. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. You know what's fun to watch on YouTube? Some of these doggy, they're short, 5 or 6 minutes, but these dogs on these YouTube channels, some people, their whole channel is just a dog. Right? He's laying here now under my feet because the window's open. It's cool there. They're funny. Dogs, especially puppies. They got all that energy, just jumping all over the place. This dog is pretty energetic too when he wants something. He just comes and stares at me until I figure out what he wants. Mm-hmm. Hello, Kaneta Wright. Tack head nurse. Tack head nurse Tony. Lord have mercy. You can't be a nurse and be a tack head. Yes, a nurse is it's amazing to me when the job of a nurse. When we were young and we were poor, my aunt became a nurse. That was like a step up for our whole family. I mean, they do all kind of stuff now, but back when I was a child, being a nurse, that was like she had crossed over. So we always respected her. Her family always did better than most of us, But we sure need the nurses today. And they're so sweet and nice to you. Sometimes it feels okay to be in the hospital, getting all that attention. Yep, that's not a bad profession to be in. I know y'all guys are working your ass off right now, though. We thank you for your service. I got to go all the way back to the top. Let's see. See if we got any more stories about what you guys were doing on 9/11. I was at work. Okay. It seemed like almost everybody was at work or at school. Okay, so I'm going back over things now. Okay. Where are we at? I was scared I was going to get drafted. Okay. How y'all holding up in the corona? I mean, this is the big story of this generation. How y'all holding up being in the house for 5 months? Are you going back out? Girl. Elaine Berry wants to remind us, Trump said, sweep the forest floor and all the wildfires will go away. He gonna give us no money because we don't sweep enough. How can somebody that dumb be up in the White House? Isn't there anybody that behind him say, no, sir, don't say that? That sounds asinine. No, they're all afraid of him. Sweep the floors. Girl. Enough said, Elaine Berry. Okay, thank you, Mr. Sudi. Yeah, hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Hey, Mom. Hello, everyone. How can you treat my heart so mean and cruel? Didn't you know, sugar? Boy, I'd love to be in my 20s. Y'all ain't even fell in love yet, have you? Well, I guess when you're preteens, you fall in love every other week. But if y'all had y'all real love yet, it seems like it hits in the 20s, early 30s. That's just my observation. Of course, people have a second marriage, though. You can have a second go around after that. I've been good lately, says, oh, you haven't been cussing the girls out? Of you haven't been cussing the children out? Lord. I try to do my best, honey. Until they come. Here they come, walking down the street. They get the funniest looks from everyone they meet. Hey, they the monkeys. I told you my love story with the monkeys, right? The people say we monkey around, but we're too busy swinging to put anybody in town. We're just trying to be friendly. Come and watch, sing, and play. Oh, damn. I just tickles me that those lyrics can come back to you. What are the other ones? Moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up, we finally got a piece of the pie. Fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn in the grill. It took a whole lot of climbing just to get up that hill. Now we up in the big leagues, getting our turn at best. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we're moving on. The Jeffersons, they moved up to the east side. What was the Fred Sanford song? I don't remember. Y'all remember any of those songs, those jingles for movies, series, sitcoms? Temporary layoffs, good times. Ain't we lucky we got them? Good time. Easy credit ripoffs. Stripping in the riding, hanging in the jogging, I guess. Ain't we lucky we got them? Help me, somebody. Let me see. And then there's Maud. What happened with Maud? Let me see. And there's Maud. No. Boys do with the mellow praise. Songs that make the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. And you knew when you was in. Girls were girls and men were men. Wish that we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare states. Everybody pulled his weight. Gee, all a salad great. Those were the days. What are the shows? Didn't they all have a song? Y'all ain't helping me, so I ain't gonna press my brain. Mm-hmm. Girls, it's Toy, Mr. Let me see. RN. It's Toy. Hi, Toy. I'm sorry. I'm pronounced. You gotta get used to me and trying to pronounce these names, baby. So it's Toy. Okay. Toy with the Y. Or is it Toy with the I and it sounds like a Y? I want y'all to remember some of them songs from those sitcoms. Because I know a lot of y'all young, but a lot of y'all not. Right? The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. No, there were two girls, and then somehow this lady met this fella, and that's the way they all became the Brady Bunch, the blended family. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way we became the Brady Bunch. Beverly Hillbillies. Okay, how the hell Hillbillies? Let me see. Oh, I wish I can get that Beverly Hillbillies. I know that song. Let me go. The Beverly Hillbillies. Then one day, okay. Then tell you all a story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Ken folks said, Jed, move away from there. Said California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars. The Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, there's Gamage Carter. Lord, the old man trying to remember words. You could help the situation by simply telling me the song Gamage Carter. We all know I'm old, honey. The Addams Family. The Addams Family. The Addams Family started when Uncle Prester farted. They all came out retarded. Yeah, oh, that's the song we had in the neighborhood. Okay, that wasn't the actual song. The Addams Family didn't start it when Uncle Prester farted. They all end up retarded. The Addams Family. Okay. Green Acres is the place for me. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Give me that countryside. Then Ava Gardner. New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you. Forgive me, Park Avenue. And then he says, you are my wife. And she says, goodbye to your life. Green Acres, we are. Dun, 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 dun. Green Acres. Bug Tussle. Mr. Haney. Y'all remember the pig, Arnold? Sammy Davis Jr. What is Sammy Davis Jr.? Can you give me a couple of words? Beretta. Let me see. I don't remember Beretta. I think we all had songs, though. Stanford and a song, The Love Boat. Sure, we something for everyone. The Love Boat. Da, 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 da. I can't get it. Sometimes they pop back in your brain, though, honey. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Gamage Carter, you don't know not one song, opening song. See, all you got to do is hear it. Then you go right back to it. Beretta had a good song too, but I don't remember what it was. Brady, we covered Brady. What was Julia's song? They had Julia. They had whatever. Yeah, I know I'm taking my Prevagen now. I'm on my second month experiment. Prevagen claims to restore your memory as you get to be up in age, or even when you're young. Sometimes your memory slips, whatever. It's supposed to improve your memory. So I said, well, it's something that's sold over the counter, so I don't got too much faith in it. But we'll try it out for 3 months and see what happens. So I'm halfway through my second dose, my second month. I'll buy it again next month and see what happens. And y'all can tell me, Uncle Tim, you remember your memory worse than it was before. What's up? What was the Partridge Family? I had a crush on that boy too, with the older one. Lord. Partridge Family. What was that song? I don't remember, honey. I see y'all ages when y'all were talking about what y'all were doing at 9/11, so I know most of y'all in your 20s or 30s. Yeah, y'all don't remember that stuff. They said, what the hell is he talking about? Do the Golden Girls have a song? That's old news for y'all. Okay. Sammy Davis. I don't think I even knew that Sammy Davis sang that Beretta song. Yeah, he had that white bird on his. I used to like Barnaby Jones. My main one was Columbo. He didn't have no song. Columbo, Barnaby Jones. Who's the big guy? Frank Cannon, Mannix. Back then, we all watched the same stuff because it wasn't number 4 channels. Usually, the 3 networks and then 1 local channel. So everybody knew the same stuff. I did Green Acres. Okay. Get Christy Love. You in the rest, sugar. Thank you for being a friend. Travel around the world and back again. Your heart is true. You're a friend and a confidant. And if they threw a party, you would see the biggest gift would be for me. And my heart would say, thank you for being a friend. Golden Girls. Aren't they doing something with the black version of the Golden Girls now with these black celebrities on Zoom or something? Some project I heard about. Timothy Columbo is now showing for free on Peacock app. Let me write that down. I love me some Columbo. Now, there are some episodes here on YouTube, but they only like to show you a little bit on Peacock app. Is the Peacock app, you got to pay for that? Peacock. And there's something on regular TV called Kofi. They show Columbo too, but they only show like 1 episode a week or something. Peacock app. We'll look into it and see. I'm not paying nobody else though. I got enough apps I'm paying for stuff I don't even know what it was. You know, you sign up for one show, you want to see one show, and then you end up on there, and you got another bill. Showing for free on Peacock. So we'll check that out. Thank you, Tammy. Courtship of you are going back, Margot. Courtship of Eddie's father. Who was it? Bill Bixby. And then they had, what was the one with the 3 kids? Different Strokes. I still like. I still every time they watch Columbo, I'll cancel whatever I'm doing. Because sometimes they'll show you those episodes that were done in the 90s. You know, they had a little short comeback in the 90s, but those were not as good as the original ones. But I've seen all the original ones. I've been watching them since I was a child. So I haven't seen all the ones that were coming out in the 90s. Now, his performance is still good, but some of the writing is not the same. You get Peacock on your cable station for free. Okay, I'll look into that, Peacock. I ain't never heard of it. Right now, I'm watching The Good Wife. I've been binge watching her for about a week. I think I'm on episode like 24 or something like that. They had a lot of episodes in a season. Yeah, I like that. I think I watched it before. I don't know how far I made it. Sometimes I'll watch them for a while, and then at some point, I just lose interest. But so far, Mr. Tim, I had just got home my military. Oh my goodness. You had to be wondering what was going to happen, huh, Nappy Child? You just got home from the military. What was going to happen? Who was going to be deployed? Dr. Quinn Medicine. Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. Diagnosis murder. I think those all come on Coffee. But you can just put them in your search engine, though, and they'll probably tell you how to find them. I know they Diagnosis Murder. That's on regular TV. There's two of those stations. One is called Coffee. Wonder Woman. It's okay. This is not from the Family Affair, the show. I know what show you're talking about, right? That was kind of similar to the other one with Eddie's father. But the song was "It's a Family Affair." No, I know it had nothing to do with the show. Whoa, newlyweds, here come. They're still checking each other out, yeah. Nobody wants to burn. Nobody wants to be left out. He's high as hell then. Sly Stone. You can live, but your heart is there. But you can't say because you've been somewhere. You can't cry because you look broke down, but you're crying anyway because you're all broke down. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. And that was a hit. Ooh. It's a family affair. Ow, ow. Murder, She Wrote is on Peacock. Okay. I didn't watch Miss Jessica Fletcher. I think I was a dope fiend at the time. I wasn't watching a lot of television. My partner used to like her a lot, though. So maybe I was just going to the clubs every night. Back in them days, I was in the club every night. So, yeah, that's a cute little series, though. Dukes of Hazzard. Them Daisy Dukes, they call those jeans now, when they're cut all up in their body parts. Charlie's Angels. Do you guys know any of these tunes or songs? I got to ask Kelly Love. Kelly Love was in the jingle business, so he understands. Did y'all see my interview with Wally? Wally interviewed me. I think, what did he call it? Just an interview with Timothy Blaine. We had a lot of fun. That was the best interview. I really enjoyed it. Y'all check that out. It was a long interview. But you can go in and go out when you want to. He interviewed me about the meth monster. These haters, they don't know every time they bring up the meth monster again, I start getting paid again. So thank you, haters. Sly Stone. What else is Sly Stone saying? Don't call me. No, I can't sing that one. I don't know how that would even made it onto the radio. Brother Sly. Moonlighting. Al Jarreau sing Moonlighting? How did that go? That's what the thing that made Bruce Willis, right? I Love Lucy. Did the Lucy have a song? Let me see. Some of them just had musical things. I used to like the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Rhoda. Well, Rhoda wasn't really as good as Mary Tyler Moore. Some of those things they had so many spinoffs then. Gunsmoke. King of the Manguba. What do you do when you're branded? I remember Branded. I remember that little bit of that song. What do you do when you're branded? And did you know that you were, whatever you do for the rest of your life, you must prove that you're a man. So Brandon was a cowboy series about this guy who was accused of being a traitor, a coward, but he was innocent. He had to prove. What do you do when you're branded and you know that you're a man? Sybil Shepherd, Moonlighting. Yep. Dun 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 dun. Was that all musical? Perry Mason? Paul Drake, Della Street. Who said kiss my grits? That was that girl on wait a minute. Was that on the Jeffersons? Was she wanted everybody to kiss my grits? Or was that a white lady? No, I think that Kiss My Grits was a white lady. So what was that on? Was that on Mama's Place? Oh, I do remember the saying. Kiss my grits. Yeah, that was a country white lady. There's a new Perry Mason. They've had a couple of them. Raymond Burr. They had Raymond Burr. Then he came back later on as Perry Mason again, the later shows. But now they got another one. They keep repeating the same thing. These companies, they don't want to take a chance on a lot of new stuff. So a lot of times they keep making, it'll be a successful TV series, then it'll be a successful movie, then it'll be a play, then they go and turn it into a television series. So I guess they figure these are short things because because the young people haven't seen them. Dragnet. Just a fact, lady. That was Alice. Oh, that was Alice Kiss My Grits. Alice had kissed my grits when she had the big red hair. In the Heat of the Night. That Sidney Poitier did the movie. I do like Dragnet on the radio. Then they start out on the radio. They had Ellery. Y'all remember Ellery Queen? Some of those episodes are here on YouTube. I watch Ellery Queen every once in a while. Nero Wolf. And I love all of that Agatha Christie stuff. Hercule Poirot. I watch them over and over again. I think I've seen every episode of that. Dragnet. Flo used to say, "Kiss my grits, Mel." Oh, Mel was the owner of the diner, or he was a cook at the diner. She worked there as a waitress. Three's Company too. Wherever you go, whatever you do, take a look on us. Whatever. Three's Company too. And Linda, I like acting bad. Oh. I watch Columbo on YouTube. The thing about the Columbo, the Columbo page, they have all of these clips, but they're only like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes. They won't, at least on the site called Columbo, they only have like nine full episodes. Everything else is just a little clips. And I haven't gotten into just watching the little clips, I like to see the whole thing. I think they should remake that, if anything. Come up with a new black Columbo in his dirty shirt shoes. Mary Hartman. You watch Columbo. Oh, that's good news. Wait a minute. You can see Columbo. I gotta give me a little notebook for up here. You can also watch Columbo on, because I had that. It's probably better quality on Amazon Prime too. on Amazon. Uh-oh, I'm start watching that tonight. See how you learn things? They got so much TV stuff. They got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of channels. I can't keep up with all this stuff. Okay, I'll give an episode. Okay, I was hitting my father up for a car, and he stopped me and had to go. He was at the firehouse. Okay, Natina, 27. I was hitting my father up for a car. She said, "Stop it, girl. We don't have time for this foolishness." He was at the firehouse watching. Oh, is he a fireman? Boy, they're working the hell out of these firemen here. I don't know how they do it. They have 25 wildfires burning at the same time. So these firemen have been called all over the state, and they're working like 18, 20-hour shifts. Can you imagine in a wildfire for that amount of time? Sometimes people think a fireman's job is easy because we don't have as many fires in the city. But when they have an event like that can go on for 3, 4, 5 months, no rest, no time with your family. Thank God for the firemen. Give me a break with Nell Carter. I remember Nell Carter. Whatever she was doing. Was she in what were those 3 guys? Roger and Runway, Real, something like that. Roger, Runway, Nell Carter, I think was the mother or something. What was that show? That's My Mama, I believe. No, That's My Mama was I'm trying to think of all this stuff at the same time. I think that was Nell Carter, wasn't it? It was one of the big girls. That's My Mama. Clifford, Leon Clifford or something. The Americans. There's a good show on Netflix called Ozark. I watched that all the way through. It held my interest to the very end. If y'all haven't checked it out on Netflix. I was tutoring a Spanish student at my college, Xavier University in New Orleans. And I just happened onto the TV right as the towers fell. All that life. All the families who had to go on, after the breadwinner was gone too. I mean, there's got to be hard on the families. They're still surviving. Took their mother or their father out of the picture. Too much. What's happening? Yes, Leon. That was the 3 guys. I met that guy. What's the one, Roger, with the glasses? I met him at the unemployment line in Hollywood. And I said, and the show had just gone off. I said, man, aren't you on a TV show? He said, yeah, well, we don't work. We collect unemployment like everybody else. Yep. I forget his name. We talked for a minute, too. Maybe Nell Carter had more than one show. Shirley Himmel was the one, and she was the big lady in What's Happening, right? We look at a lot of these people who are in these shows, as wealthy people who never work again and all that. But a lot of times after that, you see them on them shows, that's the end of their careers. We don't see them that much, but they're still famous for that role, whatever. They could be working in the used car lot. The bills still got to get paid, honey. James Boss, my last job in Chicago, I worked on 18th floor. We had a fire once, and folk were walking too slow down the stairs. I started cussing their asses and started moving. Well, thank you, James Boss, for getting the children lighting the fire under the ash, you might say. Fire is serious business. They just tore the whole ceiling out in this damn place. This room and the other room. They put one hook in the damn thing. And they put a new fire system in here. So, I mean, they have periodic, there's 90-something units in this building. So, every once in a while, somebody will burn the eggs or something. And they'll make the mistake of opening their door. And it sets the whole damn building out. So, eventually, you just get tired of going outside, you know. But, yeah, fire ain't no joke. If it comes on your ass, it's going to get you. And you got moments, seconds to get out. So you got to feel for all these people who are getting burned out in California. I mean, they basically have time, you know, just grab their wallet or their pants if they don't have them on, whatever, and just run out the door. And that's it. She was, oh, they don't worry about it. They got insurance. Every memory you've ever had in your whole life, everything you've ever purchased in your whole life, all of your clothing, that's hard no matter what. So if you do get a check, you know, a check doesn't replace everything. Dark Shadows, Barnabas Collins. I like that movie, Dark Shadows. Remember they made a movie of it? Dark Shadows. What's the other one too? Not that. Yeah, that was Dark Shadows. That series, monstrous series. Who is Shirley in real estate? I don't know that shit. I don't know Shirley in real estate. Well, that's what happened from the man from the Cosby Show. He was working at Trader Joe's. Yeah. Whatever happened to his story? Remember somebody found him? Was it Tyler Perry and gave him a job? I mean, nothing like he gave him a big favor. He hired him. The man was an accomplished actor. But I haven't heard from him then. But there's so many channels now. You don't know what people are doing. Unless they're keeping up some kind of social media. How you going to know what the hell they're doing? It ain't like you just turn the TV on and you see what everybody's doing. Right. That's why I think they all try to keep some kind of online personality. Oregon is devastated. Dark Shadows, Barnabas Collins. I was in the first grade. Man, you got a lot of living left there, brother. GOA music. You in the first grade. So that make you about 20 years old. No, first grade you be born. About 25 years old or so. Well, hopefully so. But a lot of actors, I mean, they called him out and all this kind of stuff because they found him working there. But a lot of these actors, when they're not working, they still have to pay their bills. So they're between series and so forth. A lot of them got to still work somewhere. So I'm sure acting is not all gravy, you know, because there are times when they're not working, times when they're struggling, you know, and I'm sure trying not to be too public. $26. See, I almost got. I haven't lost my mind completely. All right, people, we over time. I was good to talk to you. I just want to come and touch base with you guys. I'm glad we're all safe now. And hopefully this corona thing, I mean, they say that they're on the cusp. Several companies are on the cusp of a vaccine. So let's hope that this thing is drawing to an end. But beware of these politics. Trump's going to kind of fly in here like she's Wonder Woman. And he's going to act like, oh, look what I did. Oh, I saved the world. No one's ever done it before. No one's ever done it. No one's ever seen such this. Like he's got something to do with him. He hasn't done anything but get in the way since the coronavirus started. Only thing he's done is gotten away. And now he's going to try to claim credit for whatever happens next. We don't give a damn. All we want to do is be whole and get out in the world again, right? All right, you guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Later.